Did you know that there are loads of old wives' tales about how to tell whether you're having a boy or a girl? Well, today I'm going to find out and see whether I'm having a boy or girl. Welcome back, my name's Joanna. I am currently 26 weeks pregnant with my second baby. I have a 1.5-year-old boy and I do actually know the gender of this next baby. But I want to put these theories to the test and see if they're accurate. So first up is heart rate. There's a myth out there that if your baby's heart rate is above 140 beats per minute, then you're having a little girl. And if it's below 140 beats per minute, then it's likely that it's going to be a boy. I only have one heart rate recorded on my notes, and that is 143 beats per minute. So that puts this baby to being a girl. However, I'm not convinced by this one because with my first pregnancy, my little boy, his heart rate was consistently high. It was always like 150 to 160 beats, and that would have put him as a girl. So I'm not convinced by that one. Number 2 is morning sickness. Now, with my first baby, who was a boy, I did have some mild nausea in the first trimester. However, the rest of my pregnancy was smooth sailing. That definitely put him as a boy, which he was. And this time round, my morning sickness has definitely been a little bit worse. I am now 26 weeks pregnant and I still get fluctuations of feeling really quite nauseous and sick. I have only been sick like once and there's been a lot of retching. But generally, like, I'm not really being sick or vomiting that much, so I'm not sure. I'm kind of on a fence, but definitely do feel a bit more sick than my first pregnancy. So kind of thinking that maybe puts this one as a girl as well. Number 3, the myth is cravings. The idea is that if you crave sweet things, it's likely to be a girl, and if it's salty things, then it's likely to be a boy. With Harris, I definitely craved salty things, but I don't think that I particularly craved just salty or just sweet. I think it was very much a mix. I did like my snacks in my first pregnancy, so I wouldn't have been able to really use that one to figure out whether he was a boy or girl. Second time round, it's kind of the same. I have been eating a lot more baked goods this time round. This time round, I am vegan, and so I can't just go out and buy chocolate and just buy sweet treats, so I have to go and make them. So it's like a weekly occurrence that I'll make like a batch of brownies or something, so I feel like I'm eating a lot more sweet things this time round. But I do like a little pack of crisps as well, so don't get me wrong. So I feel like it maybe leans a little bit more towards a girl, but it's not that clear. Number 4 is whether you're carrying high or low. Now, this is my second pregnancy. I 100% noticed there is a difference in how I'm carrying this time around. It could honestly just be the fact that I've been pregnant before, so everything's stretched, my ligaments are all loosey-goosey, and so it's just holding a little bit differently. But in my first pregnancy, I was carrying lower down. This time round, I'm much higher up and I'm also coming out more at the sides. So if you see my silhouette, you can kind of see that I come out a little bit now, which I did not do when I had my boy Harris. When I was pregnant with my boy, if you had seen me from behind, you would never have known that I was pregnant. I just did not come out at all. Whereas this time round, I think you can tell a little bit more. And there is an old wives' tale that if you kind of come out more, or if your baby's higher up, then it's a girl. So again, I'm kind of thinking girl because I'm holding her much higher up and I'm a little bit more round, circular, spherical. Number 5 is skin and beauty changes. Apparently, if you're pregnant with a little baby girl, they steal from your beauty. It feels like it's probably rooted in misogyny and the patriarchy or something, I don't know. It feels a bit wrong to me. But this idea that girls suck your beauty out of you, leave you with dull, lifeless hair, dull, spotty skin, and little boys that give you life and glow about your skin. I don't know about that one. I was spotty and looked dull in both of my pregnancies, but I think that maybe is just me, my complexion. I don't know. I've got a bit nice face of makeup on today. But there are some videos of me without makeup in this pregnancy, so I do look a little bit worse for wear, I'm not gonna lie. So on this theory, I'm really undecided. I don't think it leans towards girl or boy. Number 6, mood swings. Again, I kind of think this one's potentially rooted in like stereotypes of girls being like hormonal and dramatic and whatnot. But the idea is that if you have more mood swings and you're more emotional, then you're having a girl. If you're calmer, more relaxed, you're having a boy. In my first pregnancy, I think I was less emotional on the day-to-day and had fewer mood swings, but my life was much easier. I didn't have a toddler running around, and like the stress of sleep and teething and everything that comes with being a mum, a stay-at-home mum as well. I mean, it's hard. And I'm also doing some work on the side and it's just like my pot is empty. So I feel like it's probably situational rather than pregnancy related. However, saying that, I do feel more emotional and mood swingy this time around. So maybe I'm having a girl. Maybe I'm also just a parent. There's another theory that if your partner gains weight, then you're having a girl. If their body doesn't really change much, then you're having a boy. But it feels a bit rude for me to comment. I don't think he has gained weight, but in the first pregnancy he did try and like lose weight towards the end, so he definitely lost weight and that was a boy, but that was an intentional thing. This time round he is now a dad, he has a full-time job, he works from home, he looks after Harris a lot, and he's also now got like loads of online things going on. He does not have the time to go to the gym like he used to. Now, I'm not saying that he's gained weight, but he isn't exactly actively trying to lose weight in the same way that he was first time round, so I don't know, I don't want to be rude. Now, second to last is cold feet. Apparently if you have cold feet then you're having a boy. This isn't something I've particularly noticed this time around, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm cold a lot and I just like to be wrapped up warm, so I think my feet are just like normal temperature, but I often do get cold hands and feet, so maybe I'm having a boy. I don't know. And the last one requires me to do a little bit of Googling. It's the Chinese gender chart. I'm sure I did this before, but I'm going to do it live on my laptop. Is a chart and it basically puts in your age and the month that you conceived your baby and figures out whether it's a girl or a boy. Which month was baby conceived in? This feels a bit personal. It was October, and I know that because I had tested at the start of the month, was not pregnant, and this is when Harris had just turned 1, so it felt like quite a big time. I was 27. Let's find out. Chinese Gender Predictor said that it is a girl. So I think if I have done my maths right, my mental maths, because I haven't actually really been tracking this, I think I've got like 8 out of 9 of these tests are saying that I'm having a girl. So what do you think? And I will be posting a reveal video very soon. I just need to crop out my son's head because I don't like having his face on the show. And it's a bit of a nightmare to edit, I'm not gonna lie. I know there are also other methods about the nub theory and all these sorts of things, so I don't know. Did any of these tests work for you? Are they accurate? Are you having a girl or a boy? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to know. Please do hit like, subscribe, and I'd love to have you follow along my pregnancy journey. On that note, I'll see you later. Bye bye.